This week has been so exciting. Back to my channel. So today's video is my week 8 pregnancy update. As usual, I'm going to be looking back over my 8 weeks of pregnancy, which means I am now 9 weeks pregnant. And the most exciting thing happened this week. I'm going to be talking about my little scan later on, but we did go for an early scan. If you want to hear me talk about why we did that, you can refer to my last video where I talk about that in detail. But I'm going to talk about the scan a little bit later. That's what makes this week so exciting. So first of all, we'll talk a little bit about me and my symptoms. This week I am 89 centimeters around my stomach. So I started off at 87 centimeters and every week up until now I've been 87, but this week I am 89 centimeters, which shows that everything's moving around down there. I'm probably getting a bit of bloat as well. But I'm just really excited because I love getting a baby belly, a little pregnancy stomach. I love it. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love it. So I'm really excited in a month or so to like properly get a little baby belly. Oh, it's gonna be so cute and so exciting. And I love wearing like pregnancy clothes and like the stretchy waistband jeans and like the dresses that shows your stomach off. I just love it. I think it's so nice, and it's the one time that I'm not actually self-conscious about my stomach, because I know it's because there's a little baby in there, so it's meant to be big. So I actually really love having a baby belly. So I'm really excited for my baby belly to start forming probably next trimester. But what's happening just now is I'm getting a little tiny bit on my stomach. My jeans are becoming quite uncomfortable, and yeah, I'm definitely starting to think about going into maternity things kind of soonish. Also, other symptoms that I've had, still got the same symptoms as previous weeks. So a lot of nausea, a lot of vomiting. Another thing that I've been having a lot this week is just extreme exhaustion. This week more than any other week, I have been so exhausted, and I think I will put that down to just the baby growing a lot this week and just developing a lot, because of course in the first trimester your baby does grow so much that it just has a toll on your body, and exhaustion was mine this week. I'm just so tired all the time. I do one thing, like I went out this morning to get something out the shops for Samuel, and we went to like Asda and places like that, and we came back and I had lunch, and now I'm like, I have to film 2 videos and I'm exhausted. I feel so tired. So exhaustion is definitely the biggest one this week after nausea and vomiting. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I have got a reduced appetite just because of the nausea and vomiting, I think, but also just because I don't really know what it is, but I definitely, when I am feeling hungry, I eat a little bit and then I get really full really fast. So usually I'd be able to eat a massive amount of food. I have quite a good appetite, so I would usually be able to eat quite a lot of food, but the amount I eat kind of is probably a bit halved at the moment, unless I really love the food or I really want to eat it or something like that. But usually I eat a lot less at the moment than I usually do. And then the other thing that I have this time, which I don't think I had with my first baby Samuel, is I have crazy weird dreams every single night. I'm not sleeping that well either as part of it, so I'm not really sleeping that well. I'm kind of sleeping strangely, but also the dreams are just really strange. I'm not going to talk about them really because they're just kind of weird, and I don't want to spend a whole video talking about crazy weird dreams. But if you've got similar symptoms, similar crazy dreams happening, then I feel you. Comment down below some of your crazy dreams if you feel like it. What is also interesting is that I'm exactly the same around the waist now as I was when I had Samuel. So I was 87 centimeters all the way up until week 7, and then on week 8 I became 89 centimeters with Samuel as well as now. So I think that's kind of funny, kind of strange, kind of interesting. The baby at week 8 is 0.9 inches, 0.07 ounces. There's a lot of growth happening this week, like I said. This is the week that your baby's reproductive organs form into boy or girl parts. The heart is now 4 little chambers and the bones are developing. So lots happening this week. And we're going to start talking about the exciting thing now, which is the scan. So I went for an early viability / reassurance scan at a company called Window to the Womb. You've probably heard of them if you're in Scotland. If not, I'm sure you have similar places, but we have Window to the Womb and a few other places, but this is the one that I saw most highly rated and that most people went to. You do have to pay money for it. It is a private clinic that you have to go to if you want to get an early scan here. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'll mention it briefly again. In Scotland, you get 2 free NHS scans. So the NHS will give you a 12-week scan and a 20-week scan. You get more if you're higher risk or for other reasons, but unless you have specific reasons, you get 2 free scans on the NHS, which does mean that you're waiting to the 12-week scan to find out if everything's okay. And the first time I didn't bother with this scan actually, I just waited till 12 weeks. But this time, whatever it is, everything, like I mentioned in my last video, I just decided this time we're going to get a early scan. So we booked it online, and yeah, like 2 days beforehand. It was really simple to book online, really straightforward. We got there and we had to wear face masks, but my partner, my husband, was allowed to come, so he came with me. And it was a lovely big clinic that they have in Hamilton, which is when I went to, and it was really professional, really lovely. Just, it was really like a lovely setup that they had. They'd obviously thought quite a lot about how they were going to set out their offices, and it's really lovely. And then the lady that greeted us when we got there was actually, I believe she was not a receptionist. I believe she was the manager or someone similar. Anyway, she gave us the forms that we had to fill out, to like consent and everything, really simple forms. And then she was also the lady that came with us through to the scan. So she didn't do the scan, but she came with us to the scan, which was quite nice. So we had 2 people in when we got our scan done. So we had quite a short wait from giving the form in to actually going into the room. I was advised it might be an internal scan, because when you have an early scan, often they have to do an internal one, because an abdominal one they might not be able to see as well. So I was well aware of that, but that is something to be aware of. If you're going for an early scan, they will quite possibly do an internal one, depending on the picture quality from their normal scans. So we went straight into the room pretty much soon after we gave the form in, and I lay in the bed, and she basically quickly did an abdominal scan. So she started off with the abdominal scan. She did the abdominal scan, very quickly found the heartbeat, told me very quickly that the heartbeat was present, and then as soon as they saw that, they turned on the screen so that I could see, like, it had a nice screen, like not like the NHS where they have to like turn the screen around. They have like a separate screen that you could see really clearly everything that she was seeing. So she showed me the heartbeat straight away. I saw the little baby. And yeah, very quickly I was reassured that everything was fine, which is obviously the bit that you really want. Is you don't want to be waiting, staring at the person's face for long periods of time going, is her face happy or is it sad? Especially with the face mask on, you're like, is that a happy face or is that a sad face? You can't work out. So it was really lovely that she really quickly found it and showed us it. And it was quite a quick appointment, but all we really wanted for that appointment was to see the baby, make sure it was okay, and that's pretty much it. So I was really happy with how quickly she found the heartbeat and how quickly she reassured us that everything was fine. And then we went back outside to wait, and they basically prepared the report which they give you, and also the photo. So the photo that they give you one photo for this scan that I had, and it's on like photo paper rather than the stuff that they give you in the NHS, which is a different type of paper. I don't know what it is, but it's a different type of paper. Apparently this one's better because it doesn't fade. So this is the scan photo. I'll just show you it because I'm very proud of it. I know it doesn't look like much. So when you see, because I've seen it the picture of this baby moving, you kind of, you know what you're looking at, but I'll kind of explain it to you. So this here is the head, this is the body. I could see little hands and feet moving around, and the heartbeat was in there as well. So it looks like a little bit of a blob really, but yeah. She also checked my like internals, made sure everything was fine. And like I said, I saw my baby moving around. One of the things that they advised actually was to get like ice cold water and drink it just before the scan, so that your baby would wriggle around more. And I'm telling you, it worked, because we did that just before we went for the scan. I drank ice cold water and it worked really well. And the baby was wriggling around like anything. You could see the little arms and legs moving. It was so lovely. I thought I'd just show you the scan notes as well. Again, it might be helpful if you're looking to get a similar scan or the scan at the same place, but this is the scan notes that we got. It came in a little folder like this, and inside the folder there was like 2 sheets of paper. One of the sheets of paper is like handy contact details for the NHS, so like the out of hours things, just things to call if something happens and you don't know who to call. It's like the list of names. And then they give you an obstetrics report. So I'm going to zoom in for this for you. I'll just try and like blot out my information. Here you can see the baby was 19.6 millimeters long. Not 100% sure what all this means, but this bit at the end shows how far along the baby is. So you know, obviously have a guess of how far along the baby is, but this is like the measurement growth scan, so you know exactly how far along you are. So this was 8 weeks 4 days, which I was so proud about, because that's what I'd guessed it was. I guessed I was 8 weeks 4 days exactly, and I was told that the baby was measuring exactly that. So I was so proud of myself for like working out pretty much exactly the date that the baby was. Then it shows you here the exam type, so like consent, transabdominal, which is the on your stomach. Then it's confirmation of viable intrauterine pregnancy, single, so that tells you if you've got twins or not. Then they basically say they see the yolk sac, they can see the embryo fetus, they saw the heartbeat. Not 100% sure that means. No hemorrhage seen. Because the conclusion is you've got a single viable intrauterine pregnancy confirmed, and I've made contact with a local midwife. So that's like the summary of the most important parts of the report. And yeah, she does go through with you and explain what all of this means if you want to know. But yeah, I thought it'd be nice to show you. This is the report that you get given with what you pay for with your scan as well. So we were obviously so pleased and so happy with that result. We were just over the moon. We ended up telling my family and Philip's family, so all our kind of close family knows that we're pregnant now. I'm probably going to wait until the 12-week scan to tell other people, just to be more sure about it. But I'm so happy. I would say that if you want to get an early scan, I would say that I would recommend it, because I was on the fence for quite a while because I don't want to spend the money, and I thought, why can't I should just wait a month more and get my 12-week scan. But really it was worth the money. It was really worth every penny, and every other person I've seen comment has said it's worth every penny, and I would agree that it is. So that was a really exciting week that I had this week. If you are 8 weeks pregnant, then please comment down below the kind of symptoms that you've had and let me know, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.